Start.
3, 2, 1, clap.
Hello everybody, welcome to Banned from Broadcast Episode 2. My name is Ian, I'm here with Joseph, and Breanna is also here.
Hello!
Hello.
We have a perfectly designed show just for you, the viewer. No flaws, no awkward moments whatsoever. Joseph, get us started.
This isn't take 7. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, Joseph, get us started with the first topic.
Alright. So, what makes a show or anime mainly great, and in like how we can make our quote-unquote own show based on like how we describe it? Like based off of some of our favorites so far, and let's smash it together and try to find what the quote-unquote perfect show would be.
Well, I don't know if I'm feeling creative enough to come up with like a whole show right now, but we can at least get the basic idea, right? Is what you mean? Well,
like what makes something good.
Okay. Let's all start with our top 5 shows. So are we doing strictly anime or like a mix of shit?
Let's see, like
I would say a mix of
2
shows.
and 2.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Okay, honestly, right now, like, my favorite shows are, like, mostly anime, but I have, like, 1 or 2 that would be more live action, I guess. Or just anything that's not that, but, yeah. Okay. Jib order, Joseph, you start. Top 5. Or 3, whatever, or 3 if that makes it easier.
Alright. Best show, all time. God. At least anime-wise, for sure, Vinland Saga.
Yeah, Vinland Saga.
Just,
I felt that one coming.
It's good.
you should watch it.
I should.
It's not, like, too totally, like, super overpowered,
It's...
let's say, One Punch Man, Dragon Ball, where you can kill, like, 5 billion planets with one hit.
It doesn't feel like anime, really, I guess. Like, it doesn't have the anime tropes and shit that you would, you come to know.
It's really sort of down to earth, and it's about the character arcs and how they progress throughout the main character, his life.
Yeah.
And
even
though it has brutal action scenes, God, the shears are awful.
Oh, yeah. I know the scene. No,
but like some of it is like something like shouldn't be impossible, like throwing a spear like 500 feet and killing 2-3 people or whatever.
Yeah,
you know, that's a little bit exaggerated, but it's set in actual reality. Pretty much.
It's like one of the most realistic animes I think you could find out there. Like if you're someone who doesn't like anime for a lot of the, kind of like goofy shit anime does. It's like over the top, really exaggerated stuff. I mean, as a hardened anime veteran, like I'm pretty used to that shit, but like if you don't really like that stuff, then I think Vinland Saga is definitely something that other people could get into. Just like for its sheer realism. Yeah.
And even if you are, it has some slightly exaggerated stuff. But
yeah, slightly.
Like in the character progression, it's really well written as well.
Yeah, for those of you out there who don't know, it's like a revenge story, basically. Like, I mean, I'm not going to give away the plot or anything, but you could look it up. You'll see. But that's the main characters. It's like his journey. He goes on this journey throughout his childhood and into his adult life. It's about like revenge and shit. So it's pretty engaging. And
season 2 should be out sometime either this year or start of next year.
Next year,
which I'm ready for.
Yeah. That last when I finally finished it, because I started watching and then I kind of put it on hold for a little while, like a month or two. And then I picked it back up and finished it, and it was like that last scene towards the end. I think I texted you about it, because it was like a character we'd never seen before at the very end.
Oh,
like
yeah,
on a boat or something. I don't know. I was very confused by that, but I'm also intrigued for season 2. Alright, so top 3 then? Second one?
Yeah, and then, oh god, I really just like I guess low level action So I guess it would have. I really liked and I really enjoyed Grimgar Fantasy of Ash or of Ash and Fantasy or whatever it was, which is basically normal people get dumped into D&D basically, and they have to first of all survive and then thrive and become stronger and gain new skills and learn how to work as a team and a party.
Yeah, for all the...
It's honestly pretty realistic as far as isekais go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for people like kind of familiar with anime genres, it is an isekai through and through. I'm sure you could get that just by that description alone. But unlike other isekai where they're literally all like carbon copies of each other now, it feels like. This one is a little bit different. When did it come out? Like 2016, right?
Yeah, I think 2016, 15.
So it's
somewhere
getting like it's been around for a little while now, and super underrated show. I had never heard of it before until Joseph showed it to me, and it's very short, and unfortunately it only has one season, but you can kind of see like it is a different take on like the isekai genre, because it's a lot more realistic, and it's less of like power fantasy and more like, hey, we're teenagers dumped into a world that we have no idea.
Monsters try to kill us.
Yeah. And the characters act pretty realistically too, especially for an isekai.
They act very human.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
And the struggle, like trying to just not die.
Yeah.
Like every single day you're out trying to just
which is what an isekai
money.
should be, really. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna lump together.
Yeah, you could do two.
Yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Nice.
and Dr. Stone.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, I might have to do top 5 now. I forgot about Dr. Stone.
Just like keeping like if you're going to do the magic system, keep it making sense and not like everyone is super gods or whatever with Avatar, and then Dr. Stone. It's probably obviously it's unrealistic or it wouldn't happen, right?
Well, yeah, but it is. The show is super fun, like in my opinion.
It's with infeasibility, like bringing back civilization with technology.
Yeah.
Granted, it'd be really hard to do some of the stuff that goes on in the show, but it could happen if first of all you'd have to know all the stuff, which some people could. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's all feasible.
Yeah. Dr. Stone, when I first watched it, I was really captivated by it because, first of all, the concept is really interesting, I think, and I've never really seen it done, like, successfully in any other medium, at least that I can think up off the top of my head. And you would think, like, the main character, Senku, he's, like, fucking super genius, and he has, like, accumulation of all, like, the world's knowledge and shit in his head, because that's literally all he did growing up, was study science and learn about new shit and all the time, all that. So whenever this phenomenon happened, it's he kind of kept all that. So he wakes up and it's the stuff they show him do is like actually scientifically accurate, and like all the things they talk about. Like I feel like I learned more from fucking watching Dr. Stone than I ever did in science class or anything like that.
Well, that's because they make learning fun.
Yeah, it's like genuinely so fun. I've literally watched the series like 4 times.
It doesn't feel like a lecture whenever you're watching a show that you like.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's not like Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk about Bill Nye. I like Bill
Nye,
Yeah, but
not so much in this last 2 decades, but before.
Yeah.
Well, the show at least, he used to be really cool.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Anyway. So those are your top 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give or take.
Cool. Yeah. Alright. So 4 out of 5. I'm just gonna do 5, but I'll try to keep it short since that's a little bit more. 4 or not 4. Like 4 out of 5 of mine are anime, obviously, but so first I'd say definitely Attack on Titan, my number one. For at least anime, it's since I started watching it to now, and I've been watching like season 4 and all that, because I started watching it in like mid 2020, so all 3 seasons were out. Caught up to all that. Loved it, absolutely loved it, especially like the last part of season 3 was really good. Was really hyped for season 4. I was so hyped that I just got impatient, and towards like, I want to say a month before season 4 aired, I just went on and I just read like the manga up to, because it hadn't finished then, but I read from like where I left off up to like where it was currently, and then season 4 came out, watched that, great, and that was part 1, and I don't know, something about the show like really, it's obviously really special. Like it, I think anyone watching season 4 like now, you know, parts 1, 2, and then 3 comes out next year, it's like definitely a masterpiece, I'd say. Like, well, it's like a classic in the making. I think that's the best way to describe it. I mean, Bree's watched it. Joseph's yet to watch it. Someday.
I'm sort of waiting for it to finish.
I would kind of wait for it to
doing.
end. Yeah, I didn't think there was gonna be a part 3 because it's like really not that much left to cover.
You wouldn't think so, but I guess, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I get they want to take their time with it. I don't mind waiting like another 9 months. That's okay. I mean, I was kind of frustrated by it, but I think it'll be well worth it by the end. So I have faith that it'll all work out good. Yeah, everything from like the animation to the story. I mean, you can tell that this guy, you know, most stories when they go along, they're planned out, and a writer gets to a certain point, and then, you know, they just keep going, like keep the story going as they're writing it, if that makes any sense. With Isayama, who's the author, he literally planned it out from the beginning, so he knows exactly how he wants his story to end. There's not been many changes as far as I know, so it's, and you can see that, like, you get answers to questions that you've had since like season 1 in season 3 or season 4, and the payoff always feels really good. Like, I mean, Bree, you could comment on some of that. I mean,
Yeah.
you've watched it. Did you have anything to say?
And
I
Go on.
mean, I really liked it. I don't have as in-depth knowledge of it, as Ian does.
Yeah, it's just because
but-
I obsessed over it.
Yeah. Yeah. I started watching it not too long ago. Like,
We watched it
I
last
would say-
year.
yeah. Last year. I have yet to watch part 2 of season 4 because I'm waiting for the dub to finish out.
Yeah.
But of what I've seen, it's a solid show. It's it takes things realistically, and I like that in an anime, really.
Yeah, to me it's like, I really love the world. It's like I don't know, it has a lot of realistic themes, but the world is just, you know, fantastical enough where it's like, alright, you know, it all flows together really well. And I just think the whole world building and the lore and all that, like, works so well. And
The characters are really good, too.
I love the characters. They're so, like, they feel real to me. Like,
Every death is meaningful.
yeah. And it's, to this day, it's like the only anime that I can think of where I don't think I know a single episode, like, there's no filler at all. Like, you see that in a lot of other, like, modern anime, like shonen and shit. There's like no filler. Like, every episode adds something to the story. You know, not counting like OVAs or anything. Those are just bonuses.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, everything from the animation, the characters, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fucking amazing. The openings, I love the show. It's gonna be really hard for another anime to come in and like top that for me. So I think it's gonna stay like my favorite of all time for a while.
Yeah.
And speaking of the animation, I believe Wit Studios have worked on both Vinland Saga and Attack on Titan. What you said, the first 3 seasons?
Yeah, Wit Studio was actually made specifically for Attack on Titan. It was created so they could adapt that manga. And yeah, they did the first 3 seasons. And now the last season has been handed over to Mappa, which they're also doing a fantastic job. But yeah, now Wit does. They do, Vinland Saga. So that's and you could see it in both. Obviously, it's gorgeous animation. But yeah, that's my number one. I'm debating on whether I want to put.
You don't have to put them in order, really.
Well, it's kind of
just talk about the ones you like.
Yeah, I guess not.
I can't come up with an order anyway.
So next, I'm kind of torn between To Your Eternity or Mob Psycho, because like those three are kind of like my top 3 anime. Bree started To Your Eternity. She actually got me hooked on it when it first came out last year on Crunchyroll. You watched the first episode.
Yeah, I haven't continued it though. The first episode made me cry.
Yeah, so
it's very emotional.
It's very like.
I would suggest watching it, even if I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, I can vouch for you. It's a great show. It's a very grounded show. Like, it's small, if that makes any sense. It's like not really grandiose or anything. It's like really like a very personal story, and it's really like just about the characters and them finding their way in life and shit like that. It's kind of hard to explain, but I won't go into detail really. It's a great show. Made me cry like almost every episode, honestly. Like, it's a really emotional show. First episode, definitely, like Bree said, it's really really sad, but also hopeful. You know, it's not like just a depression show or whatever, but yeah, it's really good. Same with Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho is really fun. I'm sure anyone who's seen it, it's same creator as One Punch Man. So, you know, really good animation. I don't think they're done by the same. Well, I know fucking season 2 of One Punch Man isn't done by the same studio as season 1.
Yeah, we don't talk about season 2.
So that was a big step down, but
yeah,
I think Studio Bones does Mob Psycho. And they're the ones who do My Hero 2, I think. I don't know what else they've done besides that, but yeah, great animation. It's in a different style. Like, you can tell that the style of it is clearly based off of like the author's original like webcomic of it, which, if you know anything about the author's name is One. If you know anything about him, he's not really the best at drawing. Like, he's his art's like really not that good. It's improved over the years, but you know, he's really good at storytelling. So this got adapted from that. I think it was a manga at some point, but yeah, it's got 2 seasons out. Each they're like 12 episodes. Also a really personal story. Kind of relate to a lot. At least I related a lot to like the main character and some of like the struggles he goes through and all that. So both great shows. Those, I don't really know if I could rank them. They're kind of tied for me. Second is not an anime, and that would be the only live action show that I've been like super invested in, and that's probably Daredevil. and and Bree knows also. She's also watched Daredevil, and I assume you loved it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't gotten all the way through it, but it is really, I'd say, for me, it's the best superhero show I've seen.
Yeah, it's like definitely Marvel's best work.
And I hope they continue it with grace.
Yeah. Yeah, either continue it with grace or don't continue it at all, honestly. I would hate to see it just lose its potential, I guess. I don't know the right word, but yeah, great show. Also very grounded. Like, he's you know, you look at like in context of the rest of the MCU, and everyone's kind of like crazy overpowered or whatever, but yeah, Daredevil, he's not really like that. He's a very like street level hero. All the issues he deals with are very personal, and he kind of has a unique spin on the character. Like, it's he's Catholic, and I feel like you don't really see that like religious theme in superhero movies like that directly, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what would you say about that, Brie? Like, have you seen anything like that? Like religion-wise?
Well, I haven't really seen many superheroes, superhero movies or shows that have that I guess show of Catholic faith.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually whenever it's presented, it's demonized, I guess.
Yeah, it does it in such a way where it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like appalling to like either side, like people who are very religious or, well, I don't know, it varies person to person, but as someone who like isn't religious really at all, I didn't grow up in a religious household or anything, I do appreciate like it being there, and I think it's like a really integral part of his character that doesn't really get explored in many other like superheroes and shit.
Yeah. Well, depending on what you classify as superhero, there are a couple shows that do delve into like pseudo-religious or like religious ideas. Like the main one, the first one that came in my mind was Castlevania.
Oh.
And
yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They have a lot of like religious undertones.
But I would say that those are more like it's one side is right kind of thing. Because at least with Full Metal Alchemist, Ed is like strict atheist. And he's pretty
I mean, he does pretty much meet God, so
yeah, that's true.
Spoiler.
But
spoiler for FMA. No.
Oh
God, no. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, they do tackle elements of like religion and shit. Daredevil doesn't in just a way that I think makes the character like a lot more interesting, especially like given his circumstances. So yeah, really good show. I hope like now that it's been actually picked up again by Marvel, hopefully they don't fucking ruin it, but we'll see about that.
All they have to do is give it a good director, or just stick with the director of the last one. And don't give them many like limits on what they can and can't do.
Exactly. Like in a perfect world, I would just have every cast member, every like director and showrunner who was a part of it just come back and continue where they left off. That would be like the
continue with Flood.
Yes, that would be like the ideal world for me. But yeah, that remains to be seen. And lastly, this is kind of like I don't know where I'd rank this exactly. Probably like 5 out of my top 5 anime. Also, Dr. Stone. I kind of already explained why I love Dr. Stone. It's just super fun. The science elements of it are really fun to learn about, and I think a lot of people
science rules.
Yeah, like it makes you like science. Yeah, and Senku, he's not like other genius characters in anime where he's like super fucking like a sociopath, I guess. You know what I'm talking about, right? I think you said that at some point, Bree, when I was telling you about the show. You were thinking that like that Senku was kind of like that. You know what character archetype I mean, though, right? They're like,
I don't know,
like,
actually.
Sort of like evil.
Yeah, they're like
have feelings.
Yeah, they're like so smart. They just they only think logically,
you mean like
and
the
they
light
don't.
Yagamis.
Yeah, kind of like
and
that.
And the Mayuris.
Yes. Mayuri's like the
He's
most
a step above that.
Yeah,
but...
Mayuri's like the most exaggerated version of that, but yeah, basically like a light Yagami.
Actually, there's like 3 different characters like that in Bleach. There's Aizen, there's Kisuke, and then there's Mayuri.
Oh god, Aizen.
And Zael, actually, so 4.
Yeah, Aizen's super, he's like that. But no, Senku isn't like that at all. He's not like your typical, oh, I'm so smart, I only think in logic, I don't care about anyone else, It's, feelings don't matter, shit like that. No, he always tries to find, like, he does think logically.
Middle ground.
Yeah, he thinks logically, but he always tries to find, like, ways to benefit everyone, not just himself, or he never leaves anyone out, really. And I think it's a really, a neat part of the character, because you don't usually see that with, like, super smart anime characters. They're always very cliche, like, sociopathic types. So, really cool.
I've only seen that first season, but
yeah.
From what I've seen, it's all feasible to what he makes, and just like what you could and wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
just based on
Like, obviously, you could poke holes in it and be like, oh, how does he remember like everything? I mean, he's a genius, so
It's
it's
anime.
like, yeah, I mean, just suspend your disbelief for a little bit. But when you get to the parts where he's actually like building shit, it's like, whoa, you could look it up, just fact check that shit, and you will find that it's like always right. Like, the author clearly took time and was like, okay, I need to make sure everything is, going to be accurate. You might go in and start thinking like, Senku's butt ass naked one episode, and then episode 2 he's like whipping out a power drill from Home Depot and he's like setting up gaming keyboards or whatever. But no, that doesn't happen. Not at all. It's just
He got the RGB keyboard
Yeah.
in the Stone World.
Yeah, no, he literally fucking starts from nothing, and it's really cool to watch like how he gains allies and he builds civilization again. It's really fun. I've watched the show
It's
4 times. I'm probably gonna fucking watch it a 5th time eventually. But season 1 I have watched, like literally 4 times.
it's not like Ash in the 3rd Evil Dead movie where he just like reads a science book and then builds a fucking tank.
I love that movie so fucking much. He just slaps together some shit. Didn't he build like a helicopter or something?
No, it was an actual tank. Like,
I
thing.
swore it could fly or something. God.
No, I think that was one of the demons actually.
Yeah, Joseph needs to watch those movies. They're
Senku
amazing.
makes a helicopter tank.
No. We're
Season
talking about
3?
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but no. No, we're talking about fucking Ash versus, or not Ash versus Evil Dead. That's the show. The Evil Dead movies. Great fucking movie. Those are hilarious.
Amazing movie, so cheesy, so amazing.
Yeah, they're really.
It's like
really
the
funny.
right amount of goofiness.
Yeah, they're really funny. Anyway, yeah, those are my top 5. Bria, you can do top 3, just whatever you want, whatever shows come to mind.
I think I have a list here that I made.
Yeah, just whip.
Not of like specific details of what I'm going to write or speak, I guess.
Oh yeah, we're not following a script here.
Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist is my favorite
Yeah. that would
anime show. It's
Alright.
it's what I started off with as far as anime, and I've never really found a show that tops it,
be. Yeah.
or in my opinion, but it's mostly nostalgia.
Yeah, it's all personal. Obviously, we're obviously gonna have different top 5 or top shows, whatever. Yeah, I figured yours would be.
Also, my first show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually,
For
both of your
anime.
first animes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys started off with
Right.
something decent. I actually, oh my god, I started off with fucking garbage. You guys,
Yeah.
I don't know what anime I started off with. Fairy Tale.
What was that?
Fucking awful show.
Ah, the worst.
Terrible. Yeah, literally
Yeah.
some of the worst. Honestly,
Yeah.
really bad stuff.
I think Ed is still my all-time favorite anime character, or at least anime protagonist. He's, at least in the 03 anime, he's very much treated as, a human child that's going to war. He's terrified. He has,
Yeah.
at some points at least, one moment where he's, captive by Barry. He's, actually scared. You can see the panic in him.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice actor did an amazing job with it.
Yeah, I remember that scene when we watched it.
Yeah. I mean,
Now,
there's
did you say-
there's a lot of goofy moments as well in that anime,
yeah.
at least, like Archer.
I want to preference, we've been talking about, realism and shit all,
Yeah.
episode, but obviously we all love stuff that is, not realistic, and things can be
Yeah.
great, they don't have to be fucking realistic to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
myself
it just-
love goofy
Yeah.
shit.
We just happen to-
goofy anime and
Yeah, we just all happen to like
just
a
like
lot of grounded shows.
realistic
Yeah.
shows.
Like, if you're gonna have, superpowers or magic or whatever,
Go.
keep it
Yeah,
Like,
you should
in line with what
um,
everything else is.
you shouldn't have blasting through stratospheres and black holes and shit.
that stuff has a place. What's wrong with that? Like One Punch Man? Fucking love One Punch Man. That
I
shit
mean,
goes
yeah,
nuts.
that's true, but that's a comedy anime, and it's.
Well, I don't know. Like, okay, Dragon Ball. I don't like.
I'm saying like the
You mean like
action shows.
Do you mean like stuff
more.
that like says that it's more realistic and then it does dumb
Yeah.
shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
there's if stuff starts out being, like over the top, that's fine. Like there's no problem
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, like as long as you're gonna do that, like
yeah.
keep a similar like power level of everything, you know?
Yeah.
Not like one guy can punch through 17 universes
Goku.
with his teeth
Goku.
somehow.
Yeah. That's like most of Dragon Ball, to be honest.
7 universes with his teeth sounds like Kenpachi, honestly.
Yeah. The Bleach moment for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love One Punch Man, and that's, over the top and crazy, and, it's obviously comedy, but there's a lot of scenes in there that are, like, really fucking hype. It's like, damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the point, basically, of One Punch Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like that's fine, that it's its own niche little category. Like, hey, this is goofy.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's a world full of like really overpowered heroes and monsters and shit. So yeah, it's kind of the idea there. Mob Psycho is, at least for its power level, it's somewhat similar, not quite as crazy, but like the stuff in Mob Psycho, I think makes a lot more sense. They set up the world. It's like, okay, psychics exist in this world, and psychic powers are generally based off of like your emotions and shit like that. So Mob being the main character, he's kind of like Saitama, where he probably is one of the strongest, but that's not the point of the show like it is in One Punch Man. It goes on a very different, like, he goes on a different journey than Saitama.
Another thing I really like in FMA is how the homunculus are treated. Like, they're in O3, they used to be humans, and they died and were, made into homunculus.
Forgot about that.
And they see their, like, memories and shit that they aren't actually,
Like,
they feel like they're assigned to be that.
yeah, like they aren't these
Like,
monsters that they were made
like,
into.
in specific, Sloth, who is, spoilers, I guess, Ed and Al's mother, she feels like she's forced to be this mother figure for them because, she used to be in the other one. So she, like, tries to distance herself from that and becomes, pretty bad to them.
Yeah, I couldn't remember all, because we kind of watched those shows back to back, so they kind of blend sometimes in my mind.
Yeah.
In Brotherhood, weren't they? They were just created by Father, right? They weren't any other.
Yeah, they were just created by Father.
Okay.
Which is why I kind of prefer O3 to Brotherhood.
Yeah,
because,
they have like actual human
don't-
backstories and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yep. There's a lot of other changes, like Scar. He's a lot different, I would say.
Yeah. He does some weird shit in O3.
Yeah.
He's
But, I mean, it's still cool.
Oh yeah, it's very cool.
And-
He's just interesting.
Yeah.
But by God, the Nina scene.
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
Everyone loves
Yeah,
to talk about
even-
the Nina scene. Yeah.
It's like the only thing that you really picture whenever you hear, FMA.
Yeah. What was your
So I guess I can, start talking about my second one now,
it's your number 2.
which I... Hellsing Ultimate. This isn't in
Really?
a specific order,
Wow.
but I really,
Oh, okay.
I really do like that.
Okay. So it's not like really your number 2?
I mean, I would say it's really up there, but I don't know.
Yeah, Hellsing Ultimate's really fucking funny.
Hellsing Ultimates is just, it's funny, it's action-packed, it's got amazing animation.
Especially for the time. Would it come out in like 2006?
For the time, it's yeah, and then it like I mean, a new movie was released like every couple years maybe, but it's like it's an actual good series. It
Joseph,
it has the goofiness I like in it, and
yeah. Joseph, you said you told me the other day you were gonna start watching that, right?
oh
Yeah,
really?
that's on my
Good.
watch list.
We should we watch it together again?
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Watch an episode every now and then.
Maybe we can update it on the podcast at some point.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Update Helsing Ultimate, make it next season.
Yeah. A little quick.
Well, it would be kind of hard to do that with the ending, but you know.
Oh right, yeah.
Spoilers.
Right.
I'm not talking about it.
Anyway, continue.
The characters are really good as well. I mean, a lot of them are less serious, I guess. Some of them are over the top in a great way. My favorite is still John Valentine from the first episode.
Oh my god, Bree had a little fixation on Valentine for a while there, a few months ago. Yeah.
Man, he was awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
He was basically like an abridged come to life in an anime.
Yeah, if you go and
It's like Ghost Stories if you have it into one character.
yeah, if you go watch Helsing, it's like he very much stands out from the rest of the characters.
Yeah.
And, like in a good way.
Especially his brother.
Oh my god.
I would have so loved if him and Alucard fought. I know that it wouldn't have lasted long, but it would have been so fun.
His brother, him and his brother are like night and day. It is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fuck, the way all that like happens. He's literally like she described, where he's like an abridged, but he's not. You know, this is literally like the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, really funny character. Anything else, or do you want to jump?
Oh yeah, I have a couple other shows that I can mention. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yo.
Hey, it's a good show. The first part is a bit of a drag.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I've watched. I want to watch
I like the ending of the first part. Part 2 is where I really got into it.
I want to watch part 2, but I haven't yet.
Joseph is such a good main character. He's
Yeah.
oh goddamn it.
Part 9 JoJo starring Joseph T.
Yeah.
No, but I do want to watch part 2, which we have yet to do. But,
Part 3 is probably my least favorite, and I know that's going to be controversial.
I don't think so. I see a lot of people shit on part 1 and 3. Yeah.
I always thought that it was only part 1, and a lot of people, whenever I started watching it, a lot of people really liked part 3. And I mean, I like the last half of part 3, where they're like...
That's what I hear a lot.
Yeah.
Dio, right? Like the Dio fight?
Yeah.
A lot of people say...
Yeah, the Dio fight is amazing, and oh my god, I got so hyped whenever the opening changed. I don't know. Something about that.
Yeah, a lot of people...
Speaking of which, the openings are amazing.
The
they
openings.
foreshadow so much.
The openings are amazing. They're...
Yeah.
You know, again, I've only watched part 1, but I know, like, certain things through Bree.
Yeah.
Over the years that I've kind of learned about JoJo. And the other day I went through and I just randomly on YouTube, I decided to watch, like, all the openings. And the animation, of course, is, like, gorgeous. And there's so much, like, color, and it's just, like, a big colorful light show. And it kind of fucking, like, hurts your eyes at first if you're not used to it, but it's, like, in a good way.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know all the context to, like, you know, foreshadowing and shit, but I can appreciate the openings for the animation music alone. But yeah.
Part 4 is my favorite.
It's a lot of people's
I
favorites.
know it's a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah.
I really like the hunting down the killer kind of concept. I know that that's technically what a lot of them, or a lot of the parts are, but
I don't feel like part 1 was kind of like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Part 1 is weird.
Yeah, all of them are weird, and that's what I like about them.
Yeah, I feel like JoJo's a show that's obviously not for everyone, but yeah.
It's good if you, like, actually start to get into it with an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can say good about it, granted, I haven't watched it at all.
You never watched it.
I plan on watching it, but
it's bad. I've never seen it.
Worst show ever made. But I like when they go to like Venice or whatever, and like it's an actual, pretty much 1-to-1 recreation of like Venice or Giza or whatever city. And like seeing side-by-side videos is actually really cool.
Yeah, it's always really cool when they add that attention to detail.
I haven't gone through all of part 5 yet, but
Oh, I thought you finished it.
No. I had to stop because what I was watching it on got locked again, and I couldn't finish it. So I'm probably just going to finish it up on Netflix whenever I have the time.
Yeah, maybe.
But
well, I don't know. So maybe we'll catch.
seeing as the anime that I'm watching right now, it gives me
What are you?
little time.
What are you watching?
One Piece.
Oh wait, yeah. No, I'm watching that with you.
Yeah. That's going to be.
One Piece is fun.
It is very fun.
Fucking yeah. Even though I don't really, like I said, don't know the context or whatever, I'd say for JoJo, like part 6 opening, I really love. Like it's probably my favorite opening, or at least second favorite. I don't know. I like the music and everything.
I'm waiting until I can actually watch that part to experience it.
Yeah.
But I really love the animation in JoJo's.
Yeah, it's
the opening and just the actual animation. What's it called? David Animation did a perfect job with it.
Yeah, I forgot the studio. Man.
And so does the voice actors. They just did so well.
Yeah.
In making it come to life.
All right, what's your next one?
I put Bleach for.
Yeah, I figured. I was waiting for Bleach. I was waiting for it to come up.
It's one of the. Well, I wouldn't say one of the first ones that I started watching, but it's one of the most prominent of them. I started watching it in 2015, and although there's a lot of filler arcs, as long as you have like a filler guide, you'll be fine to watch it. It drags along at some parts, but
so does the rest of like anime from that era, like Naruto.
Yeah.
Literally,
Naruto.
But not in exaggeration. Naruto is 51% filler. Not in exaggeration at all. It literally is.
One Piece.
One Piece has filler.
One Piece
whole show has filler arcs.
Okay.
But
it does have filler arcs, but it doesn't have many. It just has a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I mean, One Piece.
Because I was looking at a One Piece filler guide, and there's not too many like actual filler episodes. It's literally just all of it takes so much because it's world building and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a series that long, I think
isn't the whole series just just filler?
Not really, no.
Aren't they looking? Isn't
Jesus?
They're just doing like looking.
Yeah,
for
fuck you, One Piece fans.
One Piece.
Take a shit in your
Thank
fucking
you,
face.
Joseph.
Yeah. No. From what I've seen from One Piece, because I've about what are we like 25 episodes in now?
For you, you're like 26 episodes in, and I've gotten to like episode 70 or something.
Yeah.
I started in my freshman year, but I like stopped until my senior year.
Yeah, Bree got me into it.
I would have probably been done with most of it if I continued, but
for some reason I was kind of apprehensive on. Well, I know why I was apprehensive on One Piece.
It's because of how many episodes are there.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing you hear from everyone, but it's kind of true.
And the art style.
Yeah, it's kind of true. It's like, all right, that's a lot of episodes. If I get really invested in this, I'm gonna lose like 5 years of my life, right? like yeah, that and to me personally, I still don't like a lot of the character designs. I'm sure, I mean, from the ones I have seen, I'm fine with most of them, but I've seen like pictures and clips from down the line for episodes I haven't watched yet, and I don't jive with a lot of the like really over the top goofy designs, but I can,
Right.
get with it if it's good story and it's fun to watch. So it's not like a super big complaint for me, but
I'll watch
In
it
the
when it's
early
over.
episodes with like the feet. Are,
oh my god.
oh my god.
Jesus. There's
Dan Schneider.
basically
God.
there's so many fucking weird little like scenes that you pick up on, and yeah, but it's a good show. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, with with Bleach, it's mostly the characters that I like. My still my all-time favorite character is Grimjaw from that.
She has Grimjaw stuff everywhere.
Anytime that I can find something that is Grimjaw, I will get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, but it's hard to come by because most of the figures are like $600 plus.
That's just anime figures in general. Anime figures are
Okay,
like
true,
fucking
but
$5
Bleach
grand.
Bleach is like so much worse compared to like everything else.
Really?
Oh yeah, I like. At least with some of the figures I was trying to find.
I still don't know why that is though. Like,
I don't know. Collections.
I guess,
and stuff
but
like
I
that.
don't know. Anyway, yeah. Is that all you gotta say about Bleach, or?
No. Let me try and think of a couple other things. Some of the arcs
think it's
are
bad.
like.
What'd you say?
It's like, no, I hate the rest of it.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
That's it.
Yeah, no.
Some of the arcs are like really good. Like the first few arcs are really suspenseful.
Yeah,
There's a lot more like eerie music
yeah. When I watched
within
it,
them.
I think the best arcs are the ones at the beginning, like the, obviously the non-filler. Well, I mean, there isn't really that many filler episodes at the.
There's like a
beginning.
bound arc after.
Well, that's
after.
after like the good stuff, I'd
Yeah.
say. There's like
Yeah.
they go through a rough patch, which is the bound arc among others. But
Yeah, but that was because, catch up with manga. Make sure that we don't continue anime without,
yeah,
knowing what's happening in the manga.
yeah, which sucks.
It's a lot better these days, but early anime always had
Yeah,
that.
early anime is so guilty of just fucking padding out shows with nothing. It's just a big waste of time, but yeah, no. Like first 3 seasons of Bleach are really good. I think they're fun. They're fun shows.
I still like the Hoikomundo arc as
Yeah.
well as a lot of those types of arcs, and the Ukura and Ichigo fight was amazing.
Yeah, and I've yet to
as
see.
well as the Aizen and Ichigo fight.
Yeah, I've yet to see the Aizen one yet, but I've heard that it's good.
It is very good. Ichigo slapping mountains with him. Finally giving his smug ass something he deserves. The last one is a live action show. I haven't actually seen much of it because, it's hard to actually get a hold of because it's from the UK and it's censored in most of
British.
what they had.
Really?
And
The Office UK.
Anyway.
Yeah. Wait,
it's
what is it? What's
it's
it called?
Utopia. It's called Utopia. It's something that a YouTuber
Oh.
I really talked about.
Was it Pyro? Did Pyro?
And-
Was it the Pyrocynical?
Yeah, it was Pyro. It was Pyro.
Yeah. I remembered.
And I watched a lot of it. Got until he talked about like season 2.
He made like a
And-
7-hour video on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I watched like most of it.
Jesus.
I still plan on watching more, but he describes it pretty well to where you get the plot and the characters and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And it's very suspenseful. It's very
Is it a comedy?
No.
No?
It's
Okay.
it's kind of like a thriller-ish.
Oh, really?
Not really, but I don't know. It has a lot to do with like morals and characters that are
Like morally gray.
morally gray.
Interesting.
I can't get into much without spoiling it.
Yeah, that's all good. We don't have to
Yeah.
give them the whole spiel on it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really good show with a lot of really good characters, and if you can find a way to watch it, I'd say go for it. Make sure you don't watch the American remake.
So what I'm hearing from the three of us, that means like we want something that's doesn't necessarily have to be realistic, but
No, not at all.
grounded in like keeping the same space and like how powerful and strong
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
are.
when I say grounded, what I mean personally is like, I mean more like character-driven stories. So, you know, like more personal shows, it doesn't really like the power system doesn't matter much to me. More, I mean, obviously, if you can make something interesting with that, then that's cool. But I do care more like about like character studies and stuff like that. I think those shows are always really interesting. You know, like smaller scale stuff, I guess. But you know, I love big scale fights and all that. If you can mix shows, make shows like that and mix that stuff perfectly, then I'm all for it. So yeah, that's kind of what I meant by grounded. If you meant the same thing.
Yeah, just like keeping it story driven, mainly.
Yeah, yeah.
And actually have good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot more goofy shows, but
Oh, I love my
do
show.
like a
Yeah,
good,
no.
Good plot driven and
Yeah, those are just shows that I have a connection with. But I love goofy. I mean, we literally watch bad movies like all the time just to make fun of them. Yeah, no,
we also watch Batman Ninja.
which is
Also greatest movie.
also-
of all
Also greatest, yeah.
just like Morbius. If you guys thought Morbius was gonna sweep the box office, oh man, if Batman Ninja got released today, 3 million% on Rotten Tomatoes easily. The movie's goated though.
Oh,
I
very
am
much
actually
so.
really kind of like waiting to go see Morbius.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I want to see the trash.
Joseph's been over here like fucking scratching his neck like a meth addict. Like Morbius, you need to see it now.
I need blood.
He's become a true Morb head, and we're actually gonna go see it right after
The
this.
character seems really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I just wish that they had a better director and actor.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
What do you mean?
I'm,
It's the best movie that's ever been released.
I'm tired of like giving Jared Leto the benefit of the doubt. Like I don't actually know if he's a good actor anymore.
Well, to be fair, he has had shit directors,
That's true. Yeah.
but I'm not defending him because he can. I've seen actors make good performances out of shit.
We're gonna go see that after this. So
Yeah.
maybe
Wish us luck.
maybe next episode we'll have a little rating for you.
Segment
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. We'll
Yep.
see.
We can talk about that, huh?
All right, who wants to actually do Ian? Since you haven't actually read any Harry Potter, I think we should have you.
Well, Bree hasn't either. Bree is kind of.
I have not
we're-
read any of it, but I have seen some of the movies.
I have seen out of context clips of the movies. Actually, you know what? I have seen one. Well, it's not a mainline Harry Potter movie.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, not a
Two.
mainline Harry Potter movie, but I saw something in the same universe.
I
It
hear that one's good.
was fine, yeah.
Visually, it was,
Oh yeah, visually it was
looked
really
beautiful.
really nice. Yeah, story wise it was fine, but you know,
Yeah.
visuals were really cool.
All right.
But
so
I will be
start
seeing
the test.
Secrets of Dumbledore.
Secrets of
The
Dumbledore.
gay penetration scene.
Secrets of
I
Dumbledore's
think one of
penis.
my friends went to see it. Actually,
I've heard fuck all about that movie. I actually didn't even know it was out
Yeah.
yet. I've just seen a few ads.
I haven't heard anything about it either.
I guess.
Actually,
And I don't
I
even know
think-
how.
I guess this.
I think the only Harry Potter stuff that I've actually learned is from My Immortal.
Oh God. That's a really bad place of reference.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the secrets of Dumbledore's anus were just too much for the audience, so that's why we haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. All right. What do you guys think about?
Should we?
Huh?
Should we still go for
2010s.
the last segment?
Yeah,
Like
that's what I
the
was gonna.
Best
Or,
bands.
or
okay.
20s, 2000, 20,
Are you
2000.
okay there?
2000s.
No.
Just 2000s.
Yeah, just say 2000s.
All right. Well, so how are we gonna do this time?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would just say
let's-
pick your favorite bands.
Okay.
Pick a favorite,
Linkin Park,
like-
obviously.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's the big
My
reveal
Chem.
from last week.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
They kind of rolled the 2000s as well, so
Oh yeah.
that makes
Yeah,
sense for me.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Linkin Park
Sweat.
as well. Maybe Green Day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Team LP. Let's go.
Team LP against one My Chem.
Obviously, there's I mean, literally all. Well, not all. I'd say like 90% of my music taste is 2000s bands and shit. So I'm kind of a relic, but yeah.
Mine is definitely 90s. There's a lot of bands that I like from the 90s.
Yeah. I listen.
The 90s is going to be
Yeah.
a lot more.
Yeah.
I think I already know what I'm gonna choose for 90s.
I guess we're keeping that a secret.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys later after we end. It should be pretty obvious though what I'll choose.
Fine then, keep your secrets.
Yeah, I listen to Linkin Park like constantly, so that was a given. I mean, and they're literally like the best selling band of all time. One of the
Yeah.
obviously. So they're definitely up there. But there's so many others. There was so much good music in the 2000s.
Right.
I'd say. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say let's bring it down to top 3, but I don't know. How did we do it last time?
I think
Did we do 2 or 1? I don't remember.
All we did was like talk about like how they charted or whatever.
Well, we
pretty
gotta
Yeah.
choose a band per decade. Well, I guess we could do multiple because it says bands. So
Originally, what my idea was to each of us pick one and then have like a list and like compare it, like
stats wise, all right,
vote
yeah.
on which one ever is
Yeah.
the
All right, let's
best.
do that now.
yeah.
No, that's what.
Huh?
So we would each get one pick.
All right, yeah. So I got Linkin Park.
So you said Green Day, didn't you, Joseph?
Yeah.
So My Chem, Green Day, and Linkin Park.
So we look up the stats individually for that, or
Oh no, I was
Uh,
just saying like at the end we can or discuss like who had the right choice. You know, that's how I envisioned it.
well, I think all of ours are pretty valid in some way or another. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they all kind of did really good in the 2000s.
just out of curiosity, I do want to look up. I think in the end is Linkin Park.
Would you mind looking up, like, all of the
Yeah, we'll
bands
go
and seeing how well they did?
Jib order? So let's go Green Day
Yeah.
first. Green Day best selling. What would be best
Best selling of bands of the 2000s.
best selling album? I guess for Green Day. Oh, that's a
That would probably
Yeah,
be
it's
American
American
Idiot.
Idiot.
Wouldn't it? Yeah. And that was the 2000s,
let's
wasn't it?
go with song. Let's narrow it down to song. Album's
Yeah.
too general.
Borderland, or
Green Day.
Boulevard,
Yeah. Oh,
Boulevard
yeah.
of Broken Dreams.
Green Day top song.
Borderland of Broken Dreams. Ah, yes, that I know how to speak.
Borderlands 3 of Broken Dreams.
Yes.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is also a really good game when it works right. I got
Yeah.
Ravenclaw again.
That was a bit random, but all right. Shout out to Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh no, I'm
Borderland is
yeah.
good.
Yeah, so it's Borderlands, but it's not.
I mean, they had
technically
that
D&D,
before.
but it's I think it's Bunkers and Badasses.
Yeah,
there
they
you
had
go.
that as a DLC in the second game as well, I believe.
Yeah. So anyways, it's its own standalone game. I played it for a bit, and it's really fun. except when the menu, like the guns, descriptions stuff, doesn't load, or you can't scroll in
Is it
at all.
So after picking Siren,
So is that is that free on Steam or what?
No, it's $60 on Epic Games.
Oh god, Epic.
well, I mean, it's also on Xbox, I believe.
Yeah,
Sweet.
and PlayStation, whatever.
Yep.
Whatever games.
Bree, we still need to play Prop Night.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I opened up the game for a bit
Oh,
and looked at the character choices. I haven't played it yet,
let's
but
say we need to play together for our first time. I do
Yeah.
want to make that a video. That sounds fun. Okay, yeah. So it is obviously Boulevard of Broken Dreams for Green Day. Linkin Park. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's in the end, but I want to see.
yeah,
Uh,
it's actually crawling.
I would be fine with that too.
Or
Yeah.
Numb.
Oh, what's our
Yeah.
what's our favorite songs from each band? Would you say?
I'd have to go
I don't know if you
with
know much of the Green Day.
Brain Stew.
Brain Stew's good.
Brain Stew was good. I learned that song actually on
Good
bass.
song.
That was my first Green Day song I learned.
My favorite song from Linkin Park is Paper Cut, of course. I've listened to that song the most by far. There's just something about it. I never get tired of it. Just the energy of that song, I just love it. And the message is something I can kind of relate to too, in some ways. So, yeah, good song, great song. Bree?
From my chem, I would say, hold on, I would say Demolition Lovers or I gotta remember the title.
Fake fan.
No, I obsessed over this band for 2 years, I'd say. Early Sunsets over.
Yeah, I figured you would want to take time on yours, at least a little
Yeah.
bit. There's a lot.
Early Sunsets is a really good song as far as slow, and Demolition Lovers is just amazing.
Yeah.
I swear if you just pulled out Welcome to the Black Parade.
The most
No.
generic NCR song.
No, this is actually from their first album, which doesn't get much credit. It's an amazing album, I would say. It's very raw. It's, Gerard actually does, a lot of, dirty vocals in it. Meaning, a lot of, screaming and stuff. And he also had, something wrong with his tooth or mouth, which gave it an edge to the songs.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I also forgot Basket Case. I like Basket
Yeah.
Case a lot.
Basket Case
I
is
like
really
Basket
good.
Case too. Yeah, In the End is definitely their most listened to
Yeah.
song. I think that's like.
I wonder what I wonder what my chems could be.
I wonder what. Yeah, we know what that one is. It's obviously
The Umbrella Academy.
yeah, of course. Jesus, we were just talking about it. I'm blanking on the name.
Actually,
Boulevard-
Gerard just had a
It's not Boulevard of Broken
collab.
Dreams.
Same thing.
My favorite MCR.
Gerard actually had a collab recently with someone where he did unclean vocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of people were freaking out over it because they'd never heard it. If you just listen to I Brought You My Bullets, that would give all you need.
So wait,
but,
did you say
know.
your favorite from them?
Yeah, I said Demolition
Demolition.
Lovers.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool.
And that was episode 2 of the Band from Broadcast podcast. We will probably see
We
you
will
next
see
week.
you next week. We will be back.
Hey, we could all
We
die
have-
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, true, but we have more topics to cover that we didn't cover in this.
Yeah.
We have what?
Most of what we did this one was talk about shows, but
I didn't expect us to go
we
on
have
for
other
that
top-
fucking long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all really like our shows.
True, but Jesus, I didn't feel like I talked for that long. I glanced at the time and it was almost an hour we had been talking. It's holy shit.
Yes, when we started Harry Potter, it was like 15 minutes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be a lot longer than last time, and that's
I'm fine with that. I
good.
honestly don't have a cap on.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
There's podcasts that go way longer than an hour. I was just using an hour as
Yeah.
like a, you know,
This
like
industry
something
standard.
that we should at least have episodes that are an hour.
Yeah.
But we can go way beyond that. I don't care.
All right,
Mhm.
bye.
See
Yeah,
ya.
bye.
Bye.
We're waving. We're waving.
Waving.
Bye.
Bye.